Okay, here we are. We made it. We are at the Dougal greenhouse right here. Let's go get signed in. Good morning, good morning.
Morning. Are you guys media partner, dealer? Dealer. Okay, dealer's over there then.
What's your name?
James Bollinger. Oh, wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for having us.
Of course. Nice to be here.
I see the bigger picture event that's about to start in about 20 minutes here. Mavic 2, maybe. Here, let me show you where I'm gonna be sitting. Here we go, right here, and this is where it's gonna go down.
DJI Product Communication Lead, Michael Oldenburg.
Good morning. Let's take a look.
They then proceeded to show us a very entertaining video explaining their intentions on the Mavic 2, coming in two forms, a Mavic Pro and a Zoom. The Pro is actually going to have a sensor made by Hasselblad, and it's going to be 20 megapixels and 1 inch in size. It'll have an adjustable aperture of 2.8 to 11, give us 10-bit D-Log, as well as a hybrid log gamma. The Zoom is actually going to give us a 24 to 48 optical zoom, and that's 2 times zoom if you needed help with the math. And it's going to be a 12 megapixel 3rd-inch CMOS sensor. That 2 times optical zoom is going to help us get in tighter on the subjects when we don't want to disturb them. And in a point of interest mode, you're going to get a really cool parallax effect other than the flat look we've been used to. They also combined 9 images to give us a super resolution, giving us 48 megapixels with even more detail. It was a rather entertaining video, so much so that nobody even noticed the 2 copters fly in and land right in front of us on the stage. In case you missed it, well, here it is again. Yeah, see the 2 copters on the right side? Landing on the podium, nobody noticed. Look at the guys in the front row. Now those were some of the key differences between the two. Here's a few of the similarities they mentioned. Both drones are going to give us a bitrate of 100 megabits per second at a compression of H.264 or 265, and with an enhanced HDR mode, it'll combine multiple images at different exposures to give us one gorgeous photo. The props are going to be similar to what we've seen with the Platinum and a low noise motor as well, but even more torque. That combined with a larger battery, and we get up to a 31-minute flight time. Booyah. It's slightly less edgy, a little bit more rounded, so we're going to get that top speed of 44 miles per hour. And of course they upgraded to OcuSync 2.0. It switches automatically between 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz to give us a full 1080p HD video transmission system at a flippin' 5-mile range. And just like the Mavic Air, they gave us 8 gigs of onboard storage just in case you forgot your own media. Now, even though both drones have that enhanced high dynamic range feature, it's important to note that the Zoom will still have 1 stop less than the Pro, giving you a full 14 stops. That extra stop is going to make a big difference in maintaining the blacks of your shadows. And we're not done. That's not the half of it. Let's talk intelligent flight modes. Now the one I'm most excited about is the one I never thought they'd put into a drone. Yes, it's motion time-lapse, but that's not techie enough sounding, so they had to call it hyperlapse. There's an example there on the screen. It's going to come in 4 modes: free, circle, course lock, and waypoints. For a tutorial on these different modes and how they work, I recommend watching our Mavic 2 full instruction video. The next feature that they added is going to be into their existing repertoire of quick-shot modes. Yes, your aerial footage can now look like something from an Alfred Hitchcock or Martin Scorsese movie. Introducing the dolly zoom. Basically, the Mavic goes into a droney mode, and while pulling away, it zooms in, or vice versa. Keep in mind this is only going to be available on the Zoom, not the Pro. The next feature they discussed is ActiveTrack. Nothing new here, except that it has better processing. It doesn't just use the two front sensors, but also the main camera as well to generate a 3D render of all the objects around it. The result is a far better and more accurate auto tracking, and it can be done at that top speed of 44 miles an hour. Now let's talk safety. This is their safest drone yet, having 10 sensors in all, including new ones they added onto the side as well as the ones in the rear, similar to what we've seen with the Air. They of course improved the ones on the front as well as the ones on the bottom. All these sensors together is going to give us an even more accurate APAS system, or Advanced Pilot Assistance, again similar to what we've seen with the Air. It's like the Mavic Air, the standard Mavic Pro, and Phantom 4 Pro had a baby, and this is what it created. The Mavic 2 is going to be a drone industry game changer, and once again they've revolutionized the way we're going to tell our stories, and it will be an absolute monster for any third-party competitor that wants to try and take on the Mavic 2. In fact, just as like a ha-ha just because, they decided to add 2 downward LEDs as well. They did let us go outside and get some hands-on flight experience, and I will say the remote looks practically identical, except for maybe 3 things. One, it has a stealth gray hue instead of the black we've been used to. The sport switch is on the side, and you can, similar to the Mavic Air, remove the joysticks and tuck them inside for more convenience. The bag is practically identical. The battery's charged in a circular mode instead of in line, almost looking something like an Xbox. Now I wasn't able to get my hands on the Mavic 2 Pro, but I was able to fly the Mavic 2 Zoom. First feature I played with? The new Dolly Zoom. So here you go, with 0 color correction, here's some of the first footage captured with the all-new Mavic 2 Zoom. Thank you DJI for having us out there, and thank you for making our lives awesome with even better technology. For more information on the all-new Mavic 2, we have additional videos for that, so please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, good luck and happy flying.